Welcome to Night Screams Reviews. Today we are looking at the DNA Design DK-61 Prime Vector Upgrade Kits, the upgrade kit for Transformers Legacy United Vector Prime. And here is everything you get in the box. It came with a bonus sword in all blue. You can, from what I can tell, switch out the blades, which is what I'm probably going to be doing for my display. So he's got this nice bright Energon blade coming out of this nicely sculpted and painted handle, which will make it look more like his basic handle, or basic blade. You've got detailed instruction sheet showing you how to install the kit. This is one with no it's all clip-on, like you don't need to screw or unscrew anything. They do say that you should probably use a little bit of glue to put the shin guards on. Once I figure out which shin guards I want to use, I'll put that on, because I've got the Toy Hacks sticker set on him. That's why he looks a little bit different than yours might. And I do like these shins so far. I don't know which ones I'm going to want to have as my permanent ones. So until I figure that out, I'm not gluing anything on. I wanted to see them side by side before I figure out which one I want to glue on there permanently. So we've got forearm guards, shoulder pauldrons, the shin covers, these clip onto the side of the leg where the Jahaxis mini wings attached, and makes it look not so out of place. You got foot covers. The main reason why I bought this set, the new wings for vehicle mode, because that looks better than that. Hopefully they hold on better too. Even with the Toy Hack stickers, you've got the sword that, you know, will actually look intimidating. You've got clip to hold the sword on, and this is to finish off the nose cone in vehicle mode, because it's just an empty spot. Which I get why they did it, because that's where a missile shot out of on the original, but it just looks incomplete. All right, let's get the rest of this pulled out, and then we'll start putting it together. All right, so let's start by taking off pieces that have already, one, fallen off, or two, are going to get replaced. I'll pull off one shin for now. All right, so I haven't put this on yet. This is all me just figuring out as we go. If I need to, I'll take a look at the instructions as a last resort. The foot extenders, if there's a certain size they go on. The color matching is not perfect. These are more, for the glossy ones, they're more matte, and for the matte ones, they are a little bit lighter. Okay, so to get them on, you're going to want to pull the toes off. Pop that on. Then put the toes back on because there's a little bit of an angle at the top. That was making it so it didn't want to line up. They don't appear to be side specific. They look pretty symmetrical. All right, it gives him a little bit of height. He's scaled really nicely with Prima, who is also a Voyager, so don't know if I'm going to keep those on or not. They don't look too bad, though. So for these, you're just going to pop them on. And then this little tab will go in the hole. And I do like those. Yeah, it covers up some of the sticker work, but looks good. Color match is good. Looks good with the Toy Hacks shin, so I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm afraid I'm gonna end up losing this or knock it off, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put it on now. Definitely looks better than that open spot. All right. Forearm covers look symmetrical. Doesn't seem to matter what side they go on. This is one of the ones I wasn't entirely sure about, just because they stick out so much. And then you're gonna want this part right here on the back of your shoulder pauldrons. Just slide them on. Oh yeah, that definitely looks more like he's supposed to look. They definitely kept the theme of his base design going with this with all these pieces, with all the gold and the various molded detail. I personally would have liked to see more clockwork on him from both sets. You get a little bit on the wing struts from the Toy Hacks, but both could have used a little bit more clockwork detail because that was kind of his whole thing. All right, shin guards. They also do not appear to be side specific. So I don't know. Maybe that's just, maybe they are side specific. Let me switch them out. No, that one sits that way too. I think they were both trying to bring this design to the knee. And I don't think that the DNA, like if you have the DNA kit, not the Toy Hacks kit, it works. It totally works. It works with the Toy Hacks kit, but not as well as, in my opinion, as the Toy Hacks shin covers. These ones just make the legs look unnecessarily bulky, especially after getting these side panels on. Plus, you get more shin detail with the Toy Hacks kit. Which I think, unless I absolutely need to, I'm going to stick with the Toy Hacks shins. I think that overall looks better, but for the remainder of this review, we will put the DNA shins on. Actually, I wonder if I can do both. I mean, these ones are supposed to be, they're all supposed to be glued on. Yeah, this, you can't have both. They all say that you should glue them on, so. All right. One of the things I saw, I think it was on MGo's channel. If you're not following him, give him a follow. He is great. When attaching the wings, you want to make sure that you have some sort of brace in here. Otherwise, this piece is likely to break. I'm going to see if I can just do it with my fingers. Otherwise, I'm going to just shove something in there. That is very tight. All right, let's. Nope. Give me 1 minute. Okay, it's really just this one that's being a pain with plugging in. The other one plugged in just fine. Not getting the pop that the other one had, but it looks like it's all the way in. These wings definitely look better. So the original one, let me pull them out. So Cybertron Vector Prime and Cybertron Starscream were the first Voyager class Transformers. They had other classes that were similar before, but like this was the first time like the term Voyager class was used. And so one of the things I always liked about him was that his wings formed a sort of cape. Along with his nose cone and his sword hidden the nose cone, so it looked like he was drawing it from his back. I liked how the wings did that. These wings didn't do that. The original wings for Legacy Vector Prime didn't really do that very well. These do it much better and actually kind of make it look like he's got like some like sort of shoulder gear back there too. Gives him more of a presence. And here he is with his new sword, which looks so much better than the original. Like, night and day. And, like I was saying, you can... So here's the all blue one that I got as a pack-in bonus. That looks good. Like, this one looks more like the Cybertron cartoon. This right here just looks like how this one should have been. And if you want, you can have him dual wield. You know, you usually have the smaller sword in your offhand, or if you want, you can give him both. I don't like this combination as well. He'll probably end up dual wielding those. You do have a second clip for a sword. I wonder if this will fit on here. Yeah, kind of, but this is supposed to go back here. So that you can which also means that you're not able to plug his other sword in his back. So I'll have to figure out some storage for that. Yeah, that's all the way in. Yeah, this side just doesn't want to stay in for me. I guess you could go like that, but that doesn't really look very good. All right. And I know that's going to have to come out during transformation. I hope so. That's pretty tight. I know this is going to parts form. These have to come off. That's going to have to come off. Like, there we go. I just need to make sure that the shins are all compatible with each other. And I believe the shoes come off. Yeah. Shoulder guards, shoes, and holster for the sword all come off. This is where he gets a little bit fiddly. And there we go. So the wings now clip in on this piece right here instead of the one that's inside of there. So they sit a little higher up. Those pegged in. Get this hopefully to stay on. Peg that in. Okay. Definitely add some height to the top of Victor's vehicle mode. I'm not entirely a fan of that. It's definitely going to add a lot to the bottom as well because... kick my camera. These still attach. Let me look it up real quick. So it looks like the feet will attach to these new side pieces. So you have some guns. I still wish they gave us like a safeguard that we could have plugged in somewhere on here. If you don't know, safeguard is the minicon that accompanies Vector Prime on Transformers Cybertron. And then it says this is where it wants these to plug into for your sword storage. And then these guys will plug in back here. For reasons. Like I get these. Those are more like, okay, we don't have any other place to put them, so let's give them a 5mm plug to stick here. All in all, it's not bad. I like some of what this kit does. I like how it fills in this hole right here. The wings and swords are definitely much better. Although I still like the big and small match set for if you don't have the Toy Hacks shins, then these shins are a great option. I think I just personally prefer the Toy Hacks shins. I think that right there just looks a lot cleaner. Although I do notice right now that you weren't able to see this gap in here. See if I can get some light to shine through it. As well, because these were filling a lot of that up. But I still think overall these shins look better. I know someone messed around to make these landing gears for the... I guess you can do that too. Right, like that. If I turn these around... Got some landing struts. Yeah, sits nicely like that, nice and flat, and then yeah, tucks away too. So yeah, flip your forearm guards backwards, and you've got landing struts. So this has been the review of the DNA Design DK-61 upgrade kit for Transformers Legacy United Vector Prime. I got this at the Big Bad Toy Store. I believe it is still in up for sale at the time of this recording. Definitely worth getting it. If you already have the shins for the Toy Hacks kit, you got to figure out if you want to use that, which ones you want to use. Both of them are good. Both have their positives and negatives, so it's up to you what you do. But all in all, I recommend this kit. Until next time, this is Ice Cream signing off.